Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Medina Sani. I am joining you on Light of Islam. And today I'm talking about an unusual topic, an uncommon topic, but it's becoming very prevalent in our society among Muslims. And that's the topic of emotional affairs. Hmm. You're probably wondering what is that? We all know what an affair is. An affair is an extramarital relationship, friendship, or otherwise kind of relationship between a man and a woman who are married. But now we find something new coming upon us. And that is, let me tell you how it starts. There is a husband and a wife. They are having problems, which is quite normal in marriage. You can't be married for 10, 15, 20 years and you won't have hiccups. But anyway, while they are having problems, the wife goes to the office, she works. And while she's there, she's looking sad. Then a colleague who sees her every day, a male colleague, would ask, "Why are you looking so sad today?" And then she would be reluctant. She'll say, "It's okay, don't worry, I'm okay." Then the next day, she's still looking sad. He asks again, very kindly, "Why are you looking so sad?" And then she says, "Oh, well, if you insist, I'm just having a little problem at home." And then he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's going to be okay." And then the next time again, she's looking preoccupied. He's like, "How are things at home now?" And before you know it, she opens up. She tells him what's going on. She tells him about her marital struggles. And he's a very good listener, very empathetic, very compassionate. And she feels heard. She feels listened to. She tells herself, "This man understands me." So she starts to look forward to going to work. She starts to enjoy their little chit chats. And then one day, he also looks sad. He also looks disturbed. And she asks him, "Why are you looking sad today?" And then he says, "Oh, I have this problem and I have that problem." Maybe he's also married. Maybe he's also having an unhappy relationship. So he tells her about it. And before you know it, they share problems. They share solutions. "Oh, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that?" And they're giving each other feedback. "Oh, this worked. Oh, that didn't work." And before you know it, they become best of friends. You find them laughing together. They feel there's a connection between them. And they start to actually forget about their spouses at home. They start to look forward to going to work because they feel validated by this person at the office. And before you know it, they start to develop emotions for each other. They start to develop feelings. They start to really like each other. And then one day, Shaitan inspires them to say, "I wish you were my husband, or I wish you were my wife." And then they're like, "Oh, astaghfirullah. That's the first time." And then afterwards, the second time, they're like, the feelings start to grow. Because that's why in Islam there is no intermingling. When you put positive and negative together, there is a reaction. So you put a man and a woman together in close quarters, they're seeing each other 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Sometimes they spend hours together. And during that time, they work together and then they laugh together, they share problems together. It starts to feel like a marriage. And then before you know it, they are starting to declare love for each other. Fala uzubillah. It might sound like a movie because you see a lot of it in movies, but it's happening in real life to Muslim families. And then when she comes back home, she doesn't like her husband anymore. He doesn't like his wife anymore. There isn't that spark. There isn't that connection anymore because they have diverted all of their energy, all of their attention, and all of their efforts into sustaining the new relationship at the office. Sometimes it's not even at the office. It might be virtual. I am a marriage coach. I am a life and marriage coach, and I see clients like this. I know this thing is happening for sure in the Muslim Ummah. So I want to talk about it. Let's talk about it. What I'm suggesting, if you find yourself in this kind of situation, or you know somebody who is in this kind of situation, what is more healthy, what is Islamic and halal, is when you have a marriage problem, a challenge, an issue between you and your husband. I'm not saying don't tell a soul, which is what some advice we receive on our wedding day. You are told don't tell any third party about any problem. That's another extreme. When you have a problem, you don't know what to do. The Quran says, ask those who know. And there are professionals in this aspect. There are marriage coaches, marriage counselors, Muslim scholars, people who have knowledge about what you're going through and they can guide you. And you're less likely to fall into the fitna or the trap of becoming friends, of becoming connected to somebody you're confiding in. So, this is the ill, the new trouble that is on the horizon that I find in my clientele. And that's how it instantly starts. And you know the irony, if you notice, a woman who works or a man who works spends several hours outside of the home. And then they come home at the end of the day. Are they at their best? No, they come back home exhausted. How are they going to show up in their best form to their spouse at home? Most likely, they just want to zone out, just look at their phone or sleep or just eat and not talk. So you find that they have given their best self during their most productive hours of the day to the other person outside. And they're giving their exhausted, drained self to the spouse they see at home. So let's try to intentionally reverse this apart from looking for and speaking to a professional who is going to guard your secrets. Confidentiality is the cornerstone of counseling and coaching. It's okay to come and tell that professional what you're going through. And they have an arsenal of solutions to offer you. They have a large toolbox that can help you. There is nothing new under the sun. Whatever you're going through in your marriage, I can assure you the answer is already there within your reach. Sometimes you just need a little nudge, a little push to show you in the right direction. And you're like, wow, so it's as simple as this. But Shaitan, he hates marriage. He hates happy couples because a happy marriage and a happy couple will bring up healthy children, will bring up children who will be leaders in the ummah, who will worship Allah. And Shaitan hates that. So he's always looking for ways to break the Muslim home. We all know the hadith about how the devil sits on his throne and all the lesser devils, all the lesser shayateen, they come to him and they're like telling him at the end of the day what they achieved. And this one will say, oh, I made this, I made the human I'm attached to do something evil, like maybe kill somebody or disobey his parents. And Shaitan is not impressed. It's like, nah, not impressive enough. And then one devil comes forward and he says, I made my human to divorce his wife. And then he sits up. Shaitan looks delighted and it's like, yes, you have done it. You have done what I want. Because he knows the family is the cornerstone of a successful society and he wants to break that. That's why I'm talking about this evil that comes insidiously. It comes very gently into you. And another, before I round up, there is a version that happens to housewives. It's not only women that walk out of the home that are a victim of this. Let me tell you how it happens to housewives. She's in the home, she's a good wife, she doesn't go anywhere. But guess what? She has the phone, she has social media, and she has WhatsApp, she has Facebook, she has Instagrams, and she has DMs. direct messaging. And so sometimes it might be in a group. She might meet somebody who likes something she says or likes a post she made. And then the man compliments her and says, "Wow, you're so intelligent." Or that was really wise. What you said was really apt. And then she feels good because her husband never compliments her. He never tells her she's wise or she's intelligent. And then they start to chat. And chatting is so easy right in the home, in the kitchen, in the bedroom, in the house. She's chatting with this man, and before you know it, they start to share problems. That's where it always starts. So beware whether you're a working sister, whether you're a stay at home wife, whether you're a man, be on the lookout for this new evil that is becoming prevalent in our society. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. And I hope you share this message in some form to protect the Ummah and raise children who will be leaders of tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك